Antoine de Saint-Exuperie, you become responsible forever for what you have tamed. I suppose that quote, it was regarding as if you were to tame a wild fox. I think that quote was also maybe misinterpreted or misunderstood by Chinese of old, where they would turn the other way if they saw maybe an orphan child because they couldn't look after that child, and they thought, well, I can't even look after myself, so how could I be responsible for another life? And it has been their downfall, because someone told me today that after the one-child policy, she said that she saw in a documentary a whole bunch of 2-year-old girl babies tied to a rope together, maybe next to just a bowl of water, worse than animals, facing a wall. And she said that the 4-year-old was skin and bones, but they were all tied up, all these under 2 years old, like maybe 1.5 to 2 years old. Can you imagine? And she said, I don't think the Chinese value life very much. And I said, well, you wouldn't either if your life was also at risk. You don't know what it's like to have that dagger pointed at you, and to be like an enabler and say, whatever you guys want, I'll do it. It's like God, when Adam and Eve couldn't stand each other, looking at each other naked. What did God do? He gave them skins. In the Bible, let's just think of that story. What did God have to do just so that they weren't embarrassed anymore? He's like, okay, I'll kill some animals so that you can stop being embarrassed. See, that's a bizarre story when you think about it. And maybe the Chinese are like this. They're just constantly enabling, or letting the Fabians with Pierre Trudeau come in and say, we'll take the one-child policy because there's too many people on Earth. And they're like, okay, we'll do it. Whatever you want, we'll do it. And look at what's going on. Can you imagine? The Chinese are not against life. They never have been. You should see their clothes pegs made out of white jade, formed in the shape of a grasshopper. They love life, so they would love their children. But it's the white people like Pierre Trudeau and the Fabians who came in and forced them to murder their own children. And this is now, we're living 30 years later with these people who have, can you imagine? And where's the compassion on these people that literally had their little kids tied to a string, had to give them away? Don't tell me that it's because the Chinese don't care about life. No, it's Pierre Trudeau who doesn't care about life. These people, these Fabians, are the ones who forced the Chinese into it. Where the hell is this buck going to stop?